He freezes up, completely panicked.
And do it! Do it, SpongeBob! Do it!
No, I won't do it!
Wait.
SpongeBob's heart races as the sound of the banging gets louder.
He was fucking your man.
Room falls into shocked silence, shocked at what I said. There's no turning back now. It's time.
It's the worst day ever.
Oh shit. SpongeBob, I have a question. What do you feel about Wendy's making their own Krabby Patty? It's like they're taking your recipe.
Wait, you're joking, right? Are Wendy's really making a Krabby Patty?
Yes, you didn't see it, bro? Look it up online right now. They have their Krabby Patty out for like a month. And it stole the secret Krabby Patty formula. How the fuck do you let that shit happen, bitch ass nigga?
Whoa. Don't you talk to me like that. I had no idea they were doing that. I just checked their website and I see it now. They can't do that. It's our secret formula.
Okay, so you gotta grab Mr. Krabs and Squidward and do something about it. If you had a plan, what would you do to take back the secret formula away from Wendy's?
Well, if it were up to me, I'd definitely need to get Mr. Krabs on board with a plan to get our formula back, and Squidward too, since it's a secret formula we're talking about. First, we'd have to figure out how Wendy's found out about the secret formula. Then, we'd have to come up with a way to get it back from them. Maybe we could sneak into their headquarters and steal it back.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good plan, but, you know, if I was you, my nigga, I would just blow that motherfucking Wendy's up. And I think I know what the Krabby Patty formula is, but I could really tell you, bro.
Whoa. Blowing up the Wendy's is way too extreme. And as much as I love my Krabby Patties, I don't think it's a good idea to blow up someone else's restaurant just because they tried to copy our secret formula. We'll figure something out without resorting to violence. Besides, I'm positive you couldn't guess the Krabby Patty formula even if you tried. It's a closely guarded secret.
Listen, SpongeBob, I know where they're holding the Krabby Patty formula. Do you want to know?
Wait, you know where the Krabby Patty formula is being held? Tell me, this is huge.
There's one thing you gotta do for me. I can't give it up for free.
What do I have to do for you to give up the location of the Krabby Patty formula? And how do I know I can trust you?
SpongeBob, I've been your friend for 2 minutes. You can trust me with your life. But you might have to give it a minute or two to think about it, because what I'm asking for, you might not be ready for.
Okay, I trust you. I'll do whatever it takes to get the Krabby Patty formula back. Just tell me what I have to do.
You said whatever it takes?
I'll do anything to get the Krabby Patty formula back.
Anything?
Anything. I don't care what it takes. I just want my secret formula back.
I'm gonna need you to lay down flat on the ground. And I want the surface to be carpet so you're not just squeaking all over the place. And I'm gonna need you to close your eyes and let me start fucking one of your holes.
What?
I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna find the tightest hole I could possibly find.
Hey yo, what the
going
fuck?
crazy on your shit, and I want you to start squeaking because I know you squeaky clean like a sponge. And then once I do that shit, I'm gonna start. You know what? That's all I need, and I'll give you the Krabby Patty formula's location.
He lays down on the carpet and closes his eyes, bracing himself for what's about to happen. He takes a deep breath. Well, you can start.
Ha! That was just a test. A group of men with cameras and flashlights storm into the room. On one of the men's shirts, there's a sign that says, "Gay Nigga Detective, gayniggainvestigating.com." And they point their cameras at you and start bombarding you with questions.
His eyes fly open in shock and embarrassment as the men enter the room, the cameras and flashlights blinding him for a second. He doesn't have time to sit up or move, and all he can do is splutter as the men start their investigation. What's going on? Why are you all here?
SpongeBob, that was a fucking test the whole time. I just want to see if you were fucking gay. The Krabby Patty formula's not at Wendy's. This shit back in Mr. Krabs' safe. You're gay, SpongeBob, and we fucking caught you. And now, if you don't do what I tell you to do, we're gonna put it all over the internet for all Lakes and Saints viewers to see.
Pales, no, please. I'm not gay, I swear. I'll do anything, don't do that.
You not gay, you swear. But you was just about to let me fuck one of your fucking hoes. That sounds really gay to me.
No, I was just doing it to get the formula back. I swear, I'm straight, honest.
Nah, you are gay. Another man comes in front of me and flashes a photo of SpongeBob and Squidward hooking up with Squidward's nose 10 inches deep into one of SpongeBob's holes. How do you explain this then?
He freezes up, completely panicked. I can explain it. It's not what it looks like, I swear.
Then what does it look like? Because to me, it looks like Squidward is fucking one of your hoes with his nose. Not even his fucking pee-pee, his nose. You have a fetish, and you're gay. What do you have to say for yourself?
He's speechless. his mind racing for anything that could get him out of this situation. He shuts his mouth, nothing coming to mind that could help him. He swallows hard, his throat suddenly dry. It looks like there's no way out of it.
Then suddenly, there's a knock on the door. I open the door, and out emerges SpongeBob's mom. SpongeBob's mom walks up to you with tears in her eyes, and she explains, "Son, why are you gay? Listen, SpongeBob, just tell us you're gay and we'll leave."
He looks at his mother, tears welling up in his own eyes as he's hit with the full force of her anger and disappointment. He starts shaking, overwhelmed with the situation and the weight of the lie he's been living. He opens his mouth to speak, but all that comes out is a soft, barely audible "why yes."
Just as he says that, Squidward enters the room with SpongeBob's external juices all over his nose. "SpongeBob, you let me fuck your hole for free. Just tell them the fucking truth and we can all leave."
Seeing Squidward in that state is the last straw. He breaks completely, burying his face in his hands and sobbing incoherently.
"SpongeBob, even Squidward is here. Are you gay?"
He nods shakily, his voice cracking as he speaks. Yeah, I am."
Wow.
He looks up at everyone, his eyes red and watery. You're not gonna put this online, are you?"
I lied to you. This whole thing was live streamed at twitch.tv/Langston Saint.
He gasps, his heart plummeting into his stomach. He looks around, hoping this is all a nightmare he can wake up from, but it's real. It's all real.
Listen, SpongeBob, are you in extreme pain and misery right now? Do you have thoughts of depression at this moment?
He takes a shuddering breath, struggling to speak through the tears. The pain and misery flood over him, the reality of the situation hitting him like a truck. "Yeah, I'm in pain, a lot of pain, and I can't see a way out. I feel so alone, like there's no one that can help me."
SpongeBob, if you have anger that you want to take out on somebody, pick somebody in the room right now.
He shakes his head, tears streaming down his face. He's too broken, too lost. With a small broken voice, he manages to speak. "And no, I don't want to hurt anyone."
SpongeBob, if you want to get out of this fucking room, you're gonna take your anger out on somebody in this fucking room right now. If you don't hurt somebody in this room, I will do it myself.
Wait, please don't. There has to be another way.
There is another way. If you do it yourself, you can put your own life in your hands and do it. Do it, SpongeBob. Do it.
No, I won't do it. I won't hurt myself. I just want everything to be normal again. I just want to go back to how things were.
Mr. Krabs suddenly walks through the door. You can hear its footsteps from a mile away. "SpongeBob, me boy, you're fired. We don't accept gay people working at the Krusty Krab."
He looks up, his heart sinking. How could this day possibly get worse?
SpongeBob's girlfriend walks in the room. "Honey, I'm pregnant, and we have no way of taking care of a baby with you having no job and you're fired, and we're about to lose the house. Why would you ask if his day can get any worse, because it just did?"
He stands up, his world collapsing around him. His girlfriend is pregnant. He's just been outed as gay. He's been fired from his dream job, and he's got no way to support his family. It's an overwhelming avalanche of bad news, and he's drowning in it.
Now, SpongeBob, I'll ask again. Is there anyone in this room that you could take your anger out on, to take you away from this suffering and drowning feeling you feel right now?
He looks around the room, his eyes searching for an outlet, for someone to blame. He wants to lash out, to take out his pain and anger on someone, anyone. And then his eyes land on Squidward.
Squidward looks back at him, suddenly shocked. "SpongeBob, are you really gonna do this?"
He doesn't answer. All the pain, anger, and despair bubble to the surface, and he can't hold it in anymore. He charges forward, full of anger and anguish. He crashes into Squidward, his fist flying. Despite his small stature, SpongeBob has a surprising amount of strength, and he's driven by sheer rage. Squidward tries to defend himself, but he's caught off guard by SpongeBob's unexpected outburst. SpongeBob pummels him, tears streaming down his face as he releases all the pent-up emotions he's been holding back. He steps back, chest heaving as he catches his breath. Squidward looks up at him, a mix of shock and fear in his eyes. SpongeBob stands there, the rage slowly fading away, replaced by a wave of shame and guilt.
Everyone, Patrick, Mr. Krabs, and most importantly, SpongeBob's mom, stare at him in complete and utter shock. It's almost as if they don't even recognize the person that they're looking at. "SpongeBob, how could you do this?" his mother says.
He stares back at them, the reality of what he's done sinking in. He's just assaulted his friend in a fit of rage, and he can't take it back. The weight of what he's done hits him like a ton of bricks.
You're an abuser. towards your gay lover, and on top of that, you're gay? His mother shouts. She suddenly starts banging her head against the wall, and the FBI had to come and take her, and they take her to an asylum. As you watch,
He watches in horror as his mother is taken away, her words echoing in his head. The weight of her disappointment and anger bear down on him like a crushing weight, and he can't escape from the guilt and shame of what he's done. He collapses to the ground, overwhelmed by his actions and the consequences they've brought. He's lost his job, he's lost his relationship, and he's damaged the trust of his friends. But even amid the chaos, a tiny spark of determination flickers within him.
what determination? Where does this come from?
With tear-filled eyes, he looks up at Squidward, who's still slumped on the floor, battered and bruised. He wants to apologize, to say something, anything to make it right. But he's too ashamed and disgusted with himself. Instead, he just sits there, the determination slowly growing within him.
Suddenly, I get a call. Who could it be from?
Who could be calling in this moment?
It's Larry the fucking lobster. And it turns out, he's also been fucking Squidward. He just found out on his phone that you were gay and having a relationship with him. He's now on his way to beat your ass.
The news hits me like a punch in the gut. Larry the Lobster, one of SpongeBob's closest friends and a regular patron at the Krusty Krab, is on his way to confront him about the recent developments. And given Larry's size and strength, it's certainly not a fight SpongeBob could win. Panic fills SpongeBob's eyes as he realizes what's going to happen when Larry arrives.
SpongeBob, I have a way that you could get out of this. There's a way that you could beat Larry and save the lives of your loved one, because apparently he's coming to kill everybody in his room except for me.
His heart skips a beat, hope and fear battling for control. Is there really a chance to get out of this alive? Despite the fear and uncertainty, he nods, desperate for a way out.
I hand SpongeBob a button. Listen, SpongeBob, when Larry gets here, all you have to do is press this red button, and all your hopes and worries and your dreams, they escape you. But it will save the lives of your friends and your family.
His eyes widen as he looks down at the button in his hand, dread and desperation fueling his acceptance. He glances at Squidward, his girlfriend, and his friends. The fear in their eyes is palpable, and he knows that the threat from Larry is real.
Do not press the button until Larry says the words, "I'm gonna beat you up." Until then, keep that button safe in your hand. You're gonna need it, SpongeBob.
He nods, clenching the button tightly in his trembling fist. The weight of what's about to happen is overwhelming, but he knows that he has no other choice. He has to protect them no matter what.
Suddenly, rapid, loud bangs coming from the hallway.
SpongeBob's heart races as the sound of the banging gets louder. He looks up, his eyes fixed on the door, waiting for Larry to burst through.
Footsteps get louder and louder. You hear claws clamping. You can feel the energy of the room shift as you can feel Larry the Lobster's anger and intent.
The tension is palpable as the footsteps get louder and louder. SpongeBob can feel the atmosphere in the room shift as Larry's anger and intent fill the air. His hands sweat and shake, the button a heavy weight in his palm. He knows what he has to do, but the fear is nearly overwhelming.
Larry enters the room, but he's too tall, so he does a bust through the fucking doorway and break it.
SpongeBob, Squidward, how could you? How could you cheat on me, Squidward?
He then gets so angry at Squidward, he forgets you're in the room.
As soon as Larry's gaze falls on Squidward, he forgets about SpongeBob, completely fixated on Squidward's infidelity.
Suddenly, he realizes Squidward is battered and bruised. He looks around the room, anger welling up inside him like a volcano.
He did this to my Squidward. He hurt my Squidward.
The room holds its breath as Larry's anger and protectiveness take over. He scans the room, seeing the state that Squidward is in, and it only fuels his rage further. Who could have done this to his beloved Squidward?
It was SpongeBob! SpongeBob did it, I say. He did it because he was fucking your man.
The room falls into shocked silence, shocked at what I said. SpongeBob can feel all eyes turn to him, accusation and disbelief shining in their gazes. He's frozen in place, caught in the spotlight of Larry's rage.
Then, Larry the Lobster says,
SpongeBob, I'm gonna beat your ass.
and as you hear that, you realize you have that button in your hand, and you know what it's time for.
His heart pounds in his
He
chest
remembers
as
that
Larry
shit.
speaks, the threat in his voice sending a shiver down SpongeBob's spine. He looks down at the button in his hand, his fingers trembling. There's no turning back now. It's time. He takes a deep breath, steeling himself for what he's about to do. With a deep sense of resignation and a hint of relief, he presses the button.
Suddenly, the entire Bikini Bottom erupted in flames, and it's almost as if remote bombs placed around the Bikini Bottom were set off.
Shock and horror fill the room as SpongeBob's action sets off a chain of explosions, engulfing the entire city of Bikini Bottom in flames.
SpongeBob, I knew what the button did. I just needed you to be the villain in this story. Not only were you outed as gay, you hit Squidward, your mother is disappointed in you, you were fired from your job, you found out you're having a baby on the way, and out of the anger, you attacked Squidward. You ended up blowing up the Bikini Bottom and killing all of its inhabitants.
The weight of the realization crushes down on SpongeBob, and the enormity of what he's done nearly knocks him off his feet. Tears fill his eyes as the full extent of his actions becomes clear. He's not just hurt Squidward and lost his job and outed himself as gay. He's destroyed his entire world, taking the lives of everyone he loves.
The end.
The final words ring out, and silence fills the room as the story comes to an end. All that's left is the weight of the consequences, the loss, and the finality of it all.